So now we're going to come to the discussion question portion of the panel. And we will, you can all hear me okay? Okay, good. We will be talking about outreach in this panel. And this may be a bad idea, but I think what I'd like to do is kind of continue the more comfortable forum of, you know, if you have a question, I'm going to ask a question. We're not going to rigidly 1, 2, 3 respond. When I ask a question, I'd like to give a chance for a couple people up here to respond, but then people from the audience can go. And we're not going to move to audience questions only after I've asked all my questions. So, you know, an audience member after I ask a question can build on that or something. Hopefully, we'll get something out of that. Hopefully, we don't have to impose a martial law here. But I don't really know much about this kind of stuff, so let's give it a shot. The first question that I had is what kind of outreach in general, not related to the Compton Creek, but what kind of outreach is the city of Compton known for? And I guess this is a question directed towards Saul, who works in Compton and works with the residents of Compton, and towards Allison G. Neaton, who reports about Compton. And also any Compton residents or people who work in Compton every day, feel free to pipe in. But first I'd like to hear from Saul.
Well, someone with the mic over? Yeah, just so I think some of the ways that I hear about things in the city of Compton when they really want the word to get out is I get a call from the city of Compton through the community development block grant funders, because we are a funded agency from the city through that entity. So they call me directly when they want me to participate, or our youth or our community partners to participate. They'll give me a call directly or they'll email me. But when they want something that they want my presence there, they'll call me.
Alex, were you talking more about community outreach or?
Yeah, I was talking about community outreach. When the city is, and so what Saul said was the community, the city of Compton as a funder or as a conduit for funding will do community outreach by saying, okay, recipients of our funding, here's an event and we want you to come out. So you don't have to answer in that exact phrase, but yeah, so how has the city of Compton done outreach in the past?
It really varies and depends. You know, they might run an ad in the newspaper. Usually what they do to advertise such events and opportunities is they talk about it during their council comments at council meetings. And you know, there really isn't necessarily a common practice as far as, okay, we're having this event. I know they've gone to using banners over some of the main thoroughfares for certain events, but not necessarily all of them. I think maybe what might help is maybe, you know, involving the schools more. I know the schools are somewhat involved. You know, a couple of the schools have the the outdoor classrooms and such, but maybe getting kids more involved so they can bring home the information to their parents, something of that nature.
That actually brings up another question I had, but first I wanted to allow the peanut gallery, respectfully, I wanted to allow all of you to ask some more questions or share some experience about outreach in the Compton area in general. Go. Anyone else? I can move on to the next question too. James?
Yeah, I guess it's more than curiosity, because I don't think I have an answer for it. And I think we talked about it yesterday or today. How do you bridge the gap when you have, and let me back up. You're talking about community participation in events that is like a fair or whatnot, or are you talking also about like civicness in terms of participating in civil society in terms of the days, events that
I'm
go on?
talking like an example of a non-Creek related outreach event would be, how was it their 100-year anniversary that happened a year or two ago? Compton's
120.
120. Did Shaka Khan actually show up? Because I heard
Yes.
she was there. I wanted to see her. So like that kind of event. I mean, it's something that's happening in the city. It's a big deal, and there's another program right now. I think once every month they have movies in the park, or once every 3 months they have movies in the park. That kind of thing.
That just ended, actually.
Yeah, that just ended.
Yeah.
But like that kind of outreach, it could be a fun thing. But I mean, I think they're really linked to positive, just fun things to do, and also building a civic discourse. I mean, a movie in the park can do wonders for the city. So that's what I was answering, James.
Yeah.
Now we have another hand. Can you guys work it out together?
I just have a question. Which park do they have in Allison?
Oh, they had them at three. Did it 3 times this summer. They had one at Kelly Park, I believe,
Yes.
and then I think the last one was at Loiters Park. I'm not sure where the other Tucker Loiters Park. Yeah.
Movies in the park, right? Kelly Park, Gonzalez Park, Looters, and Tucker Park. Parks. James, did you want to finish your question?
Well, yeah, it's just because as we talk about what we're trying to do here in the Creek, and we talk about activating the community, and looking at just the last elections here in Compton, and looking at, you got a city of 100,000, yet only, you got 30,000 registered voters, yet only 3,000 actually turned out to vote for city council. And to me, it's disquieting, if anything, that now we're going to go to this community that we can't even get out to do the simplest civic participation, which is vote. And so I wonder how that type of outreach then, how we bridge that gap, just how, because it's disturbing for me.
Okay, that's actually that's a very good question. I'm going to let that kind of just sit. And I saw another hand over there. Was there another hand? Yes.
I like what you said. I look at 87, 10, and 3. 87% of the people in our community are followers. 10% are destroyers, and 3% are leaders. So there's your vote. In our church, we have times when we show films. I'd like the idea of a documentary, that would be good, or something that can spark their interest on another emphasis so they can begin to look at other things that are coming to life in Compton. And I think the Creek idea is very great. So I think if that can be passed around to the 50, 75 churches that we have here in the city of Compton, we'll probably have a lot more participation.
Okay, so we've talked about how. Yeah, follow up.
How do the pastors all talk to each other?
We have there's pastors for Compton, which I affiliate with them not on a regular basis because we have different thinking. But I do communicate with certain pastors who are more, God-fearing, progressive, proactive. We come together and have time for synergy, for thinking, think tank kind of things. This whole concept here would be a good topic for us to begin to bounce around with different pastors. And then that, of course, would assimilate down to the leadership and then eventually down to the congregations. So I meet with them. I talk with them. Mostly through the internet. All of us are involved on the internet all the time.